I stay extremely flabbergasted at this date. I want to get into some prep on emails and we'll get into the rest rapidly. Let's don't waste your time. Let's go. The pallbearer. This is all about death. Anything about death. Then I thought about dead men don't wear plaid. So the pallbearer was David Schwimmer, Gwyneth Paltrow, 8 million, 5 million. So you have the May 8th, the 8 and the 5 right down there, the 58 stories of Mar-a-Lago. Again, the 58 bedrooms of Mar-a-Lago and the 58 stories of Trump Tower. We did find out that Frank the Rabbit, I knew it was based off my Uncle Frank. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. And where was that? I think that was over here in this one. Trump, to when my Uncle Frank gave the Easter basket to my newborn. My son was exactly 6 months old to the day. Trump to that, 138, fused with 827. 827 is rising date, 138 is Donald Trump and Simple Gematria. I knew it, I knew it, I knew it because my Uncle Frank was all about Easter. And it's a bunny rabbit, and his name's Frank. Why would you just, it was too random because I knew this was all based off my friend's death on May 8th. We're the only people that teach the truth and the word of God to the extent that we do. No free will. Hell is not eternal torment for humans. The book of Daniel, the book of Revelation, back and forth. Nobody does the end times better than we do. This is all per the Holy Spirit. It is not of me. I'm just a vessel, but you put my end time studies to the test. You will see. My first address was 404 Lime Street. There's 404 verses of Revelation. My birthday is 7/6/61. Today is my birthday. I am 65. I don't celebrate birthdays. They're pagan. So it's things like that. We are ahead of the curve. And the fallen angels are the time travelers. They always knew what I would be doing. So a lot of things in their movies, like the Groundhog Day movie, where the man is improving day after day to where he becomes perfected. And it was my Groundhog Day 2009 event that I've been sharing with y'all. I don't tell you what it is, but in so many ways, have been reliving that day. And I've been becoming better and better and better and better. So that's all that stuff is, man. I am telling you, I'm telling you, I'm telling you. I knew it. So anyway, let's get on with it. And just be amazed at this stuff that we are finding. So the pallbearer, the film, May 3rd, 96. Okay. So I didn't load the days, did I? Anyway, you see in the URL 11.7 is coded into the URL, which is rising, and the 322 is coded. So it's May 3rd, 96. Sorry about that. Thought I had it pulled up. I guess I just didn't load it on there. Like an idiot. My bads. But see, there's your Revelation 11.7 in the days. And there's your 322. 30 years, 3 months, 22 days. Or 363 months, 22 days. 322 is coded in both. And again, you're watching this on your smart TV, so you can see all the fine print. There's your 58, May 8th in the weeks. Just keep going. Goodness gracious, what are we waiting on? Dead men don't wear plaid as promised. Dead men don't wear plaid. You have 79 murder and 83 murder. 8379. Both are murder in the four base ciphers. 79 is ordinal, 83 is reverse ordinal. Yeah. What are the chances of that? 88 minutes. 88. Got it. May 21st, 1982. 16167. The hours begin with 388, 008. That's the 8th king of Mystery Babylon. 007 is the 7th. The 8th is of the 7. They're twins. The hours begin with 388. We're always told to look at the hours from the movie The Hours with Meryl Streep and Nicole Kidman. Look at the weeks. 239. Exactly the rising day when he's 008. But 16,167, the 67 that we've been telling you about, is the era from going to the 6th king of Mystery Babylon to the 7th. It is the Antichrist kingdom. It is the final kingdom. Next, Lionel Messi to his Miami game. Remember, Miami is a big deal, just like Spurrier was born in Miami. And then moved to the Orange Tea State, and then played for Devil's Advocate University. He's the first king of the 7. Now there's an 8th since Spurrier. 7 kings, 5 are fallen, as it says about the Antichrist. Means 2 are not fallen out of the 7. Spurrier and Meyer. The rest were all fired. You're fired. You're fired. Lionel Messi to his Miami game. 14,254. 9/11 was on day 254. 39 years, 9 days. Folks, 399 is murder in the Jewish Hebrew gematria, the most biblical. 468 is the month. 68 we've been telling you about forever and a day. And we never get tired of telling you. It's his name in the same cipher as Antichrist, just like 49 is. 2 ciphers where his name, Donald J. Trump, matches Antichrist. We've been showing you that over and over and over, and it's amazing. Lionel Messi then is going to be playing in Atlanta on the 7th. That is the 404 for Revelation area code in Atlanta. 14,258. 58, May 8th, coded 404. Are you understanding how cryptic all this is? And they knew we would be doing this. Everything is set up in simpatico. All per the will of the Lord. The Lord's ordained all things. The Lord hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. Day of evil, abomination of desolation. That's Proverbs 16:4. Isaiah 45:7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. He doesn't tempt man with evil. He has the demonic realm handle that, but he's ordained it all. He's declared the end from the beginning. Nothing is left to chance. Sheep are born sheep, goats are born goats, sheep are born lost. When you run Trump too Messi, 149.85. May 8th is coded, but 149 is Antichrist in reverse ordinal gematria. 41 years, 10 days, 411 is coded. I saw Trump on 411, 138 days from our potential rising day. Where? In Miami. Where Messi just, yes. You see how all this is perfectly connected. Johnny Cash. Why is he named Johnny Cash? Trump's middle name is John. Cash. Money, 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 Money was Trump's theme song. Money by the OJs. And iPad Goat begins with the money ring on the hands. Money, the love of money is the root of all evil. Trump, of course. Mr. Gold. Mr. This, Mr. That. So Johnny Cash to Donald Trump, 5,222 is coded. And that's a 140. Oof. Wow, that's gigantic. It's personal cipher, though. But 222 coded. Easy peasy. Johnny Cash to our event day. Are you ready? You won't believe it. First of all, 828 begins the hours, which is Donald Trump in the English or Sumerian gematria. That's not English ordinal or simple gematria. It's 6 times that. But look at the months. 1133. So 11.3 is coded. 13.3 is coded. 333 is coded. 1,133 months and 30 days. So you have 3 threes in a row. That's hard to beat. And murder is 34, and 514 is the May 14th is the beginning of Israel. So Johnny Cash is all over it. Then you run Johnny Cash's death, allegedly, to our event day. 8383 with a 38 in the middle. 38 is death in simple gematria. 38 is murder in reverse reduction gematria. The double 83s, the twins, the twin 83s. 83 is murder in reverse ordinal. 22 years, 11 months, 13 days. 11.3 is coded. 22. Remember the 22nd prime number is 79. But look at this 1197 in the weeks. Donald John Trump is 1197 in the Jewish Hebrew gematria. So is 666. That's why we call it the most biblical, because it is where we count the number of a man. It is the number of the beast. Fantastically, amazingly perfect. Sorry about that. Did we really need that? All right, Liam Neeson. June 7th. There's your 6-7 code, 1952. He was in the original Batman, so he's got to be looked at. Eve is 710. There it is. 2, 710, 7. And 742 is Eve code again, because that's 710 plus 32. Eve is 32. In simple gematria, 32 plus the 710 is 742. That's a big combination of Eve there. And 38 begins the weeks for Liam Neeson, all to our murder and event day. It's all about Eve. So they're saying Travis Kelce looks like this old man from the 1800s or whatever. Folks, all the world's a stage. So either this is some super photoshopped scenario. You know, is Travis Kelce a clone? I mean, look, I have no idea. Anybody on the world stage is suspect to anything. I think a clone is what got hit at Dealey Plaza on November 22nd, 1963. And October 4th, 1814. And this is this Alexander Majors guy that they say Kelce looks like. Then he died January 13th in the 1900s. The one that hit was 113 code, January 13th, 1900s. On event day, the days end in 45, so on rising, they'll end in 47, 45 to 47. Look at the weeks, 666 coded. C-O-D-E-D, coded is what I'm saying. In other words, the code is there. Will Smith Mustang movie is I Am Legend, 007, 2007, Ford Shelby Mustang, GT 500. 500 is Antichrist. G500 is Antichrist in Strauss Accord. It's called a GT 500. The T is who? Who do you think the T is? T is who? There you go. I got a smart audience. all two of you. Folks, I would do like my Bible studies, I would just do this on air all by myself. I Am Legend does have the 48 at the beginning, which is his name, followed by the 02, my friend's football number. December 14th, 2007. I Am Legend. 6829 is the days. There's your 68. 18 years, 8 months. 1638. The percent of a common year, 187. We'll go through a lot of Will Smith movies. We need to, like Sean Connery. I quit doing that. I need to get back to doing the Sean Connery movies. The Wild Wild West, 128 is coded in the URL. You get a copyright strike for them that showing that too many times. But there's your 128 in the URL coded for May 8th. And on the reverse, the mirror date of it, 128 left in the year. June 30th, 1999 is the film. There's nothing really spicy there other than the address my friend got killed at, 3803. 38 is there, 83 is there, of course. Wild Wild West TV show. 588 55. 88 is coded. Remember Artemis Gordon, the Artemis rocket? That's just Diana. Diana and Artemis are the same things. September 17th, closed out April 11th, the day I saw Trump. Only one of these hit. That would be September 17th, 1965. To the rising day, if you include both dates, or just run it to the lunar eclipse, full moon on the next day. And it is 2226, which is my number divided by 37, the prime number for the church. Divides into anybody in 1961, and 37 years later, 98. 7 times 6 times 1961. My number is 82362. Divide by 37, 2226. I found that fascinating. And I did grow up watching that show. This Is Us. 5555260. There's your year 26. This is us. This is the United States. When you run it to the rising day, it is 9 years, 11 months. 9/11 is coded, and 7 days, 11/7 is coded. Revelation 11/7 is rising. 9/11 was the mirror of that, because September was once the 7th month, and most countries write the date backwards from us. It was really about Revelation 11/7 rising. So it is 9/11/7, all fused together. That is absolute perfection. Do you remember me telling you about the 1197? The 666 and Donald John Trump in the Jewish Hebrew? Look at this, 119 months, 7 days. They hit this out of the park. Smashed it out of the park. What did I do? Jump to, I don't know. Judge Lance Ito, August 2nd, 1950. Did that pop for anything? 27784, 7625. I didn't remember this pop. Oh, the hours begin with 666, followed by 816. So you have 666 fused with 68. And we are always told to look at the hours from the movie The Hours. We look at all of it. But can you believe that? 666. That's to Rising Day too, by the way, which makes that perfect. Usain Bolt, August 21st, 1986. Notice 207 pounds, that's 119 Donald, plus 88 Trump. The 119 Donald is in the Jewish Hebrew, the 88 is Trump in simple gematria. Usain Bolt, to our event day. Would you believe it's Trump's birthday in both directions? Either 14/6 or 6/14, depending on which country. It's Trump's birthday, y'all. Now, I want you to look at 40 years, 4 days. That's 404, the amount of verses in Revelation, coded. Now, I want you to look at the hours, 357, the amount of verses in Daniel. That's impossible. I'm always looking for that. And you're telling me with Usain Bolt, we got that. Satan fell like lightning. Usain Bolt, I need to keep that. I'm always looking for the 404 and 357, the amount of verses in the book of Daniel. It doesn't have 761 in here anywhere, does it? Which is the total number, which is my birthday, 7/6/1961. That's what I was going to tell y'all. Total number of verses of 404 Revelation plus 57 Daniel is 761. That's a fusion of my birthday. Carl Lewis, July 1st, 1961. He's born 5 days before me. So he has the 237 because it's day 237 also. But look at the 399 for murder in the Jewish Hebrew Gematria right there in the weeks. Carl Lewis. I do not. I come close. Johnny Cochran, JC for Jesus Christ. All JCs like Johnny Carson, all those need to be looked at. Sure enough, October 2nd, the Donnie Darko date. And when you spell out October 2nd all the way through, SECOND, it is 138. It matches Donald Trump in simple gematria. That's why the Ghost in the Machine album was released October 2nd. That's why the Donnie Darko date is October 2nd. Johnny Cochran, of course, born October 2nd. We all know that was theater. It was Hollywood. Nobody died. It was Hollywood. It was all about AC, Antichrist, AC Cowlings, driving OJ in the white Bronco, the white horse, the rider of the white horse. Was OJ, what's on the cover of the Breakfast in America albums right in front of the Twin Towers? Orange juice. Glasses of orange juice. Look at this, 1406, right there, Trump's birthday. 1406. See that on your smart TV, the 1406, where my cursor is, right dead center of this? Johnny Cochran. Johnny, 32469 in the days, 88 years, 1066 in the months, 38 is in the weeks, 79 is in the hours. Loaded to bear. I mean, loaded up. Johnny Cochran's alleged death is a perfect 11-17 weeks, no days. That's why you know the death wasn't real. Johnny Cochran, to our Zechariah 11:17 date, is a perfect 11-17 in the weeks. The hours begin with 187. I know you see all this. That's impossible. And yet there it is. Max Holloway, a big fighter on the scene. He's got that murder 34 in the years. December 4th, 91. He's fighting Conor McGregor. And Max is murder on murder day, 12683. The year is 2683 is murder in the 4 base ciphers. 34 years is murder. 304 begins the hours. 34 again, murder. Dr. No, we're looking at it again. October 5th, 1962. Remember the mirror date, it came out in this country May 8th. And Sean Connery, his birthday is the mirror, August 25th. That was one of the biggest ciphers that we hit. I don't know, video 3, 4, part 5, I don't know. But it's original release date was only in the United Kingdom a year earlier, about 6 months earlier, October 5th. When we run that to our event day, it's 2, 3, 3, 3, 5. Look at the weeks, 3, 3, 3, 3. On Rising Day, 2, 3, 3, 3, 7. 37 for cleansing, but it's 237 quasi, because the event takes place on day 237. So on Rising, so it's a death and rising coincidence. Trump 2, the James Bond, May 8th, 1963, 617. So the 617 number is the 113th prime number, 11-3. It's all about rising. That's why OJ's Bronco Chase was on 617. It's all about rising. 148 and 128 in the hours. 148 is Donald J. Trump and Simple Gematria, followed by 128, which is how many days are left in the year on rising. But May 8th, this is Trump 2, May 8th, 1963, James Bond release in America. It's day 128, and the hours are 148, 128. Can't make it up. 881 in the weeks, 88 coded. If this goes out, got hit by lightning, it's popping out there. Trump 2, the James Bond. Did y'all hear that? 851 weeks, 85. Yeah. If you include both dates, well, there you go. Include both dates. 5958, May 8th is coded. 16 years, 3 months, 22 days, 322 is coded. So we have to, that's what that's meant to do, is to include both dates, which we're always allowed to do. AC/DC, they did a song called Big BALLS, which is all about, it begins about a ballroom. Of course, we know who Mr. Ballroom is. October 21st, 2022. Again, the fallen angels write the script for this earth, so they wrote that song knowing, because they're the time travelers. Fallen angels or angels are not locked into our dimension of time and space. They come in and out of it. So October 21st, 2022, Big Balls on. There was no release of the song, but here it is. Look at 11.7 million subscribers, 11.7 coded. The Rising Bible verse. When you run that to our event day, 1,404 days, 404 verses in Revelation. That is impossible. Johnny Cash, didn't we just go over that? We did. The film Airplane, well, what hits? What killed Donnie Darko? What hit the twins? Of course, it's 1 hour, 28 minutes for 128 May 8th, or 128 left in the year on its mirror date, which is our event day. 80339, so 83 is coded. The film Airplane, June 27th, July 2nd, 1980. 1686. You have 68, you have 86 on 86ing day. 68 is a reversal of 86, and it will be that on Rising Day also. 404 begins the hours. Well, we're seeing a lot of that today, aren't we? And July 2nd, 1980, 168, 55, 168. So anyway, 68 is coded. 404 is still coded and it begins the hours. The Naked Gun series. OJ was in this Naked Gun from the Files of Police Squad. December 2nd, 1988. Well, of course. When we run that, you get 13780. And then in the years, 378. 3078. There's no bigger number connected to all of this than 113886. That has 11.3 at the beginning, the opening of One World Trade Tower. It has 138, which is Donald Trump. In Simple Gematria, it has 38, which is death, 38, which is murder. It has 88, which is Trump in Simple Gematria, and the 86ing of him, all in that number. Anybody born on 3 times 19 times 1998. They do divide evenly by 37, 3078. So the 378 code is Gigantica. And there's a double 378 right there. Look at the weeks, 1968, the big year. MLK, RFK, Heidi Bowl, 2001: A Space Odyssey. Why? Because 68, remember, is his name in reverse reduction, and it's Antichrist in reverse reduction. Look at the months, 452. 4052 is the number on our date. 8 times 25 times 2026 comes to 4052. 452 coded right there. Drop the 0, 452. Folks, we are done. Part 59. Love y'all.